And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Harrah's Marina Hotel and Casino in the other Atlantic City, let's get ready to rumble. This is the main event of the evening, scheduled for 10 rounds in the middleweight division. The referee for this bout is Tony Perez. Introducing first in the red corner. He's wearing the red trunks with white letters and weighs an even 161 pounds. He's from Trenton, New Jersey. His professional record, an excellent one, 11 victories, only 1 defeat, 5 knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Choo Choo Boston. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with white trim and weighing an even 160 pounds. He's from Yonkers, New York. His professional record, 26-2, 3 draws, 17 big knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the top-ranked middleweights in the world, Doug the Cobra DeWitt.
Tony Perez will have the instructions. Doug DeWitt, you can see it on his face, an important fight.
I here to enforce those rules. Give me a good, clean fight. Is there any questions now? No? Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
Charlie Boston, the big win over Dwight Davis, and that was here on ESPN. Doug DeWitt, he knocked out Luis Rivera, used his power to do it after not such a good start. And we're into round 1, scheduled for 10, our main event. Dave, Boston, I think, wants to keep this fight on the outside, doesn't he?
He thinks that DeWitt had trouble against left-handers, thinking that he would like to keep it outside. He saw DeWitt and Sims and took a lot of notes from that. And he respects DeWitt inside.
Charlie Boston using all of this ring, and it's a pretty big one, over 20 feet. I'd say close to 22, so he's got some room to maneuver. Well, when DeWitt lost to Robbie Sims, the feeling was then, on the part of some people, Boston, one of them, can he fight left-handers?
And DeWitt countered, saying it was a conditioning factor in that fight, that he died after the 3rd and 4th round, and it wasn't really the same fighter. He thinks he'll be different tonight.
Right now, he's having some trouble in the 1st round dealing with Charlie Boston. Boston showing some good hand speed and combination punching. DeWitt just a little bit tentative.
And some good movement by Boston, too.
When Doug DeWitt is on, he's a very good body puncher. There's a left hook downstairs, and he can't even box a little bit. We saw him against Mike Tinley, I shouldn't say a little bit.
There's the left hook as it got in, DeWitt's best punch, and it rocked Boston.
That's the power of Doug DeWitt. I was mentioning he beat Mike Tinley back in January of 1984 with just a superb boxing exhibition. But when you have power like that, sometimes you don't need left hook. And Charlie Boston, that should be called a knockdown. It is. His hands hit the mat.
And Charlie Boston was kind of caught in a switch with his right hand, trying to bring it over. DeWitt came in. You tell the look on his face. He would like to end this now.
DeWitt runs after him, but gets nailed with a left hand. Another left hook by DeWitt stuns Boston. Charlie Boston remains in trouble. The left hook of DeWitt, it's landing repeatedly, and it's hurting Boston.
He doesn't want to let Boston off the left hook.
And remember, Doug DeWitt did this against Jimmy Sykes in October of '84 in the 1st round, just stunned him. DeWitt has thrown lots of punches. Boston is still standing, and there's the left hook again. Until Charlie finds a way to deal with that punch, it won't be a very long night for him. Boston comes back with a counter right. DeWitt smiling to some of his fans. He's confident. Round 1 ends, and none too soon for Charlie Boston. We go in and listen to Kenny Bogner Sr., his trainer. He'll have some words for him.
Now, come on, breathe. Breathe. Come on. Come on. All right, when you get hit like this, move. Jab him or move. them hands up. Brought them. How you feel now? Okay. All right, come on, breathe. Come on, get it back.
Boston wanted to keep the fight outside, but here, punching room for DeWitt. He backs up and hits the left hook. Down goes Boston. A stumble, good call there. It's the knockdown. And the weapon continues for DeWitt throughout the round. Boston ducking down low as he hits another left hook to the head.
Come on.
So Charlie Boston in his corner, surprised by this turn of events, being knocked down by Doug DeWitt. He's never been knocked out as a pro, Charlie Boston.
Interesting idea on the replay, too. DeWitt backed up to find the distance on that knockdown left hook.
We're into round 2. Doug DeWitt in the black trunks, Charlie Boston in the red. And in round 1, as you saw, DeWitt had Boston down and in trouble. Good counter right hand by Boston as DeWitt missed with the straight right.
All right, hold it. No punches. Step back. Come on.
There's the left hook to the body, and when he doubles up with it to the head and the body, Doug DeWitt is a very tough man to deal with. Now, early in his fight with Sims, Dave, he did that against Sims, doubled up with the left hook.
And then the fatigue factor caught up with him in the middle rounds. He would like this not to reach the middle rounds.
The pattern that this fight is settling into now really favors DeWitt. Him getting inside, banging with those body shots. I just don't know if Charlie Boston will be able to deal with that throughout.
Well, we saw Boston's movement early, which DeWitt will be able to cut down if he goes to the inside. Boston wanted to fight outside, but he's not a bad fighter inside himself.
All right, Frank. Step back. Want it.
DeWitt continues to go downstairs. We saw the one losing effort of Charlie Boston in September of '85, lost to Victor Claudio, a fight in which he acknowledges he just wasn't in shape for. Whatever the case, he lost it, and Claudio looked good that night, and that's why it was such a big upset when Boston beat Davison, because what a monumental step up in class from Victor Claudio to Davison.
It almost seemed hard to believe that he had taken the fight.
Yeah. DeWitt continues to go to the body well, and that is one of his trademarks.
All right, Frank.
If you're wondering about Doug DeWitt's chin, he's been down only once in his career, that in his second pro fight against Charles Hecker in May of 1980. Never been down since, and he's faced people like Don Lee and Sims, of course, Rico Hoy, who can hit, Jimmy Sykes, who can punch, and he has not been down since.
He took a pretty good left hand from Boston, too.
As if to illustrate my point.
As you said, only down once. It was like 1.5.
But Charlie Boston coming back here toward the end of round 2.
All right, Frank.
DeWitt motions over to some fans. He's been talking to them throughout. We'll be back for round 3.